So up until then, you had to be a wealthy person to wear purple of any type, because if you dyed your clothes purple based on flowers and plants, they would fade in the sun. And about, I'd say 2,000 years ago, when the Caesars existed, you had to have the kind of wealth that you would have your slaves, hundreds and hundreds of slaves, go to the water's edge, the ocean's edge, and they would capture these mollusks, and they would get these mollusks, and they would have a bowl, and the bowl would be guarded by armed guards. And as the slave got a mollusk, they would come up to this bowl that was being guarded, and they would squeeze the mollusk, and a teardrop of purple ink would come out of that little sea creature. And when they got a whole bowl of this, they would close up the container. An armed guard would take the purple to the tanner, and they would only dye the fabric that was going to make clothes for the Caesar. Only the Caesar was allowed to wear purple. And then the Senate had a stripe of purple because they were under the Caesar. And if anybody else wore purple, they were executed on the spot. You couldn't even walk around with purple. It was like wearing gems. Colors were that valuable, that hard to come by. And so what's interesting with purple is it's a color, lots of times people come up to me and they'll say things like, oh, isn't purple special? Doesn't it mean, I'm regal when I wear it? And it's like, in our consciousness as people, we have a sense of this 2,000-year history of what purple used to be like, and we still can feel it in ourselves. And purple is a combination of blue and red. The blue represents trust, red represents excitement in general. You put those things together and people get real happy. And so what I have found so interesting, like now we have access since William Perkins, we have access to all these colors. Now purple is accessible to you and I easily. It doesn't cost a fortune.